Hi everyone, it's Vivi here and Marco is playing. He loves to play with a leash. Um, I hope I pointed the camera at him correctly. It's such a beautiful day today. You can see Marco, it's such a beautiful day. Nice and sunny and warm. Feel like summer's already coming. So today I want to share with you some of my realization and how my van life has been able to help me stay at peace during this time of chaos, pretty much. It seems like this year we keep like getting hit. Like first it was the coronavirus and now it's like the whole Black Lives Movement and the racism and all that stuff. So but recently I have been into a lot of anger, and it's like through this situation it's kind of helped me to realize how I'm able to stay at peace, and it's also made me realize like on the reflection of everything that is going on in the world right now. So for the past few weeks, it's just like some personal issues, right? And it just made me feel so angry. I felt like injustice, and I felt like, oh, I don't deserve that. Like why me, right? And when I look into the whole situation of racism, and it seems like a lot of people are putting out anger these days. And that's the reason for the riots and for the and on the protests going on around the world. And my coach told me this, that anger doesn't solve anything. And so if these people are putting out a lot of anger and asking for justice and equality and peace, why putting out anger, whether that would solve anything? Because for me it didn't solve anything. But I have the privilege of living in the van, and so whenever I feel angry, whenever I feel not happy, I just go retreat to nature, and it helps me so much to stay grounded. It helps me to stay calmer and think clearer. Pretty much it's like I don't know if you believe in energy, but it's like being in nature, it just suddenly like calm you down, right? I don't know if you have ever experienced that. Just like taking a walk like in the wood or go for a hike or something like that, it helps tremendously, well, at least for me, to calm me down and to look at things in a different perspective. And that is because I have the van, so I can just go anywhere I want and just stay in completely silence sometimes. And I just go somewhere really remotely, so I don't have to deal with anyone. I don't have to take on anyone's energy, and just be completely in nature. Well, I think the only energy I take on is Marco. He's whining. So and I was thinking that if people because everything is energy, it's like if you are happy, you would instantly make other people happy. And so if you're upset, you also make other people around you upset, right? So if you're angry, you would make like other people upset. And so probably that's the reason why we see so much chaos. I don't really follow the news, but this is just what I hear from social media and what I hear from other people, that people kind of pinpoint at each other and like, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that, this is not right. Even though like they both party wants the same thing, equality. So it's just really funny to see that like both party wants the same goal, but it's kind of like fighting each other. Is so I just thought that was interesting, and I think that that's probably because people are putting out anger instead of a peaceful harmony place within themselves, just like what I did. So my situation really helped me to realize that whether this is the right way to fight for racism, to ask for justice and equality. And it reminds me of the quote from Mother Teresa, that if you have an anti-war rally, I would not attend, but if you have a peace rally, invite me. And so, but like, how do we know what peace rally is like? You probably don't ever see peace rally, right? Because it's like if you are at peace, you probably don't go out there and fight. So it's my eyes are burning. My eye was so burning, so I have to put my sunglasses on. The sun was like literally burning my eyes. So anyhow, if we look at the situation, since like the anger is like energy, and energy is like, I mean, anger is emotion, and emotion is pretty much like energy in motion, right? And it's the energy that passed down from generation to generations with racism in America, and it just is spreading throughout the world, right? So like all of this anger has been like bottled down for so many years, and so it's really no surprise that it's no surprise that it can easily be triggered, because it is within us. So without, like, in order to have a peace rally, like have equality and have peace, I believe that we would have to have the peace within us first, because peace is also energy, because everything is energy. It's like if you are happy, then you'll be able to make other people around you happy, and if you are sad or if you're upset, you also make other people around you upset. Like an animal can actually prove it very easily. Right? Like if you look at dogs, like for instance Marco, he's pretty much always happy, but like if I'm cranky, like he would be cranky as well. So peace is energy, and so if we stay at peace within ourselves, even though we don't even have like to go out there and then go rah like Black Lives Matters, then it's we actually still doing something to help the world to be a much better place by staying in peace with ourselves. And that's more important, because once you have peace, you'll be able to transfer this energy to the next person and to other people around you to stay more at peace. And if people are at peace, then there will be no violence. People would not fight each other. Nobody would be killed, right? So I think that's where the fight for racism should come from, by staying at peace within ourselves first, and just spread that peace and joy to other people around you. That's how I think that's how we can stop racism and stop violence in the world. And in my coaching program, he is resting right now. So in my coaching program, we actually have a round table where all the panelists, all the Black people in the group get to talk about their stories. And some of these stories really make me cry, and it's it makes me realize that through that event, it makes me realize that it is more important to listen to them and acknowledge for the stories, for the struggles that they have gone through, and for the and just to see them and understand them, listen to them and acknowledge them, like really understand their situation and their lives. It's just so much more important than like go out in the protest. So I was talking. Well, my camera ran out of battery, so I had to stop recording. So I'm just gonna pick up where I left off. The meeting was so extraordinary, powerful that they actually turned it out into a podcast. So I will share the link to the podcast, and hopefully that, well, I know I don't hope, but I encourage you to listen to the podcast and educate yourself and get to know their stories. And they actually just the representatives of many other Black lives out there. And hi. And that's what I've learned through my own experience, through my coaching program, and that's what I want to share and put it out there for people to consider this perspective, whether it would be helpful for you. So for me, it's like I can easily go and retreat. Like, I know how to find my peace because I live in a van. I don't really engage much with people. So it's very easy for me to retreat and go in nature and find my own peace. So how do you really find your peace? How what parts do you do in order to contribute to the world to make it a much more better place, and we have much more equality in our humanity. So you don't necessarily have to live in a van like me to find your peace, right? So there's so many other different ways that you can meditate, or you can just go hiking and camping and just, you know, and take care of yourself and not putting out angers in order to, even though we have the good intention, but we don't know, like, if energy is energy, and if we put out negative energy, we're gonna get negative energy back. So I think that would be a much better way to raise the consciousness of this world, and to have a much better world. So that is just my perspective. I hope, well, I know that it's gonna be useful, and it will be eye-opening for you to listen to that podcast. So please take a listen and educate yourself, and I will link it in the description in my video. Alright, so I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.